What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3. My name is Brandon Ash, aka Sergeant Ash, and this is Sergeant's Corner. What's going on, Mike? How you doing tonight?
What up? Doing good. Yourself?
Not too shabby, brother. Not too shabby. But I will tell you about my week since I've been waiting to tell you until we started filming.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the radio. All right.
Exactly, because this is stuff we have to talk about so people understand the frustration I go through. So, a VA rep for college, what do you think their job would be?
It's like what do you call this? Spiritual animal, basically. A spiritual being that guides you through your journey in your pursuit of education, just like life. That
Right,
guides
like,
you from A to B, basically.
So, right, like their job is to help veterans register everything about college. That's what they're fucking paid to do.
Exactly. Right? It's like it's a counselor, an education counselor on steroids, supposedly.
Okay. So mine for my college has been out for months now. Personal reasons, whatever, that's fine. So the one that's supposed to be filling in for her, I hit her up. Yeah. So I get an email back immediately, out of office. I asked every day of the week, out of office every day. I called, out of office. I'm like, how are you out of office every day? I don't understand. Mm-hmm. So I'm already frustrated. When she finally gets back to me 4 days later, I'm going to say, she basically says, just do it yourself. And then if you have any issues, call me, set up an appointment, and I'll try to help you.
Yeah.
So I'm already fucking livid at this point, right? My wife goes, oh my God, why did you choose that class? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's all the way at the Newport Richie one. And I'm like, which is over an hour away from where I live. And I'm like, no, hon, it's remote. It's just, that's where the class is from. And she's like, oh, okay. So I was like, let me double check this shit. What the fuck did I do? Yeah, sure enough, I fucking clicked the wrong one. So my class is in person. It's hybrid on campus.
Yeah.
When I was reading for registration, it says it was the very class above it, and it says hybrid remote. But when you look over to hit the add button on the right side, I guess I clicked the second one instead of the top one. So now I'm fucked. I tried to like drop it and re-register for the other class, but I cannot do that. So I emailed her, and you'll never guess, I got an instant message saying, out of office. I'll be back in a fucking day. I'm like, oh, no shit. Could have guessed that one. I'm like, dude, how do we have jobs for people to help us and they don't even do that specific job? They just do whatever the fuck they want.
I don't know. I think it goes with the certain jobs. You certain people that have them, they get complacent. They get comfortable. You know what I mean? Like back when me and you were active duty, you know, how many times did we complain about civilians that worked at the CIF? You know, that's a central issue facility.
Right.
You know, to get our gear, or the people at the DEER's office, you know, to help us and our families get IDs or registered for TRICARE or stuff like that. You know, like the level of service that we were supposed to get didn't match up.
Yeah, no, and that is the perfect example, by the way. Like, that's a perfect example you just gave. The CIF, just the people in the office, every time it's like, well, we're closed. How the fuck are you closed if you're here for me to be here? I don't understand that.
Or the complete lack of customer service skills they would show. Like they were doing us a favor, the disrespect, the attitude, you know, that is when you give someone that works with others, serving others, you give them that job security and you put it in their head that there's no way they can get fired.
Right.
That's when that customer service just goes to shit, excuse my French. And that's what happened with the civilians in the military, you know, because how hard was it to get a civilian fired? You know, they could mess up. It would take an act of Congress. Like they had job security. They're like my wife right now. She's you know, she works for the Department of Defense, and she had 1 year probation. They all get 1 year probation. After that 1 year, yeah, it's like basically impossible unless you punch someone or got
Yeah.
physical with somebody. Like that's the only
Right.
time.
You have to be like endangering people for
Yeah.
you to actually lose your job.
Yeah. There was actually a couple of months ago. It might have been a couple, like 2-3 years ago. There was an incident where a VA representative, like an old veteran, man, Vietnam veteran, went to see the VA. It was caught on camera, like security camera. He was like in his 70s or whatever. Something happened. The veteran got frustrated because he wasn't getting the help. So he got up and he got a little bit loud. You know, there was no audio, but you could tell he was like frustrated. And then this, I'd say maybe in his 30s, mid 30s, got up, got in his face, pushed this old man, and he didn't get in trouble. He just got retrained.
Yeah.
You know, and he got
Dang.
physical with it. Yeah, and I think eventually he resigned. He didn't even get fired. He resigned because it got such bad media.
Right.
Bad, you know what I mean?
I know when you have a freaking 100% rate on people saying, yeah, he's abusive. He hits me when I come in, you know?
Yeah, like
the first couple are like, nah, they're just friends. That's insane.
Yeah.
And it's like the entitlement of I'll deal with you when I feel like it, you know? And it's like your fucking job is when I feel like it, actually. That's when your job is. When I say, hey, I want to sign up for classes, you say when. You don't tell me I'm out of office every fucking day of the week. And if you want to get a hold of me, make an appointment. My specific camp is my VA rep. She is awesome. I hope that everything's okay with her, and I hope she comes back to work very soon because she is awesome. When I needed help, she was on the phone. She got it done immediately before she hung up. There was no, oh, I'll get back to you. It was, let's do it right now. You know what I mean? And I love that. So hopefully everything's fine with her and she comes back to work. The other lady, you know, maybe work on yourself a little bit. That being said, that was how my week went, and I'm over it now. So, I have a question for you. So, on every time we play the game together, no matter what, if Mike is getting shot at, he's getting beat the shit out of, if he goes down, he screams for help. Now, I need to know, am I a good friend for saying, I love you, man, and I don't help him? Or am I terrible for it? What do you think, Mike? Because I have a good answer for it.
Well, I don't know, dude. It just depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm asking for help, and like, for example, it just depends on the type of game we're playing. Like, Arc Raiders versus Warzone, Call of Duty.
Right.
You know what I mean? So our creators, there's that aspect of, ooh, I have some good loot. I have these good guns. Do I risk it? You know, because my buddy Mike was a dumbass and he decided to push his team by himself. Or he just didn't stick with a team.
The thing is, bro, no matter what game we're on, you will scream for help. You don't even know you're doing it. You don't even know you're doing it. You're like, help me. I'm like, no.
All right, but hear me out. Hear me out. It is not as bad as what Bradley does, your brother Bradley. Whenever he goes, sometimes we won't even know that he's down, and he will.
Yeah, he won't even call for help. He just dies.
Yeah, he just dies.
Yeah, and which is sometimes worse.
Worse because you're getting pushed by this team, and you don't even know you're getting pushed. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so at least a little warning ping, you know. And then when you call him out on it, he's like, "What? You're not paying attention? You didn't see the little corner? You didn't see me die?" I'm like, "No, I wasn't paying attention."
I like when we ask him for help, and he goes, "I'm not coming to help you guys." Like, before we're even dead, we're just going to engage, you know. And he goes, "Nah, dude, I'm doing something else." We're like, "You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You should have been
here with me. You didn't. I didn't vote for that. I didn't say I'd do it."
So I thought about. I think the reason I don't ever try to get you. I mean, obviously, I will if you got sniped or something. I'll come pick you up real quick, right? Mm-hmm. But all the other times, I'm like, you know what? A random would try to res you under fire because they're not going to get to play with you again. And maybe they like your voice. Maybe they like your attitude. So they're like, oh, I want to res them so I can keep playing with them during this match. Me? Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'll see you on the next one, dude. You know what I mean?
It's that, what do you call it?
I know you ain't going anywhere.
That you're in, that toxic relationship. Right. You just keep going back to it.
Yeah, because you ain't. you ain't going nowhere. I'll see you in the
Yeah,
afterlife, dude. I'll see you in
exactly.
the lobby.
Yeah, I get what you're saying,
So
but I
yeah,
think there's been some situations in the past, right, where it has tested, I wouldn't say tested our friendships or our dynamic trio, our
yeah,
the dynamics of our trio, or sometimes even quad because we play with Donald
yeah,
sometimes, right? To where we'll be doing something and somebody messes up and you get into that heated argument or heated debate pointing fingers, and then you just don't want to talk to this person for like a while,
yeah.
or like Donald. What does Donald do whenever he gets pissed off or he doesn't want to play the game anymore?
Oh, he'll just
You
do a
know,
fake yawn, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I
yeah,
just died. Oh, you
yeah,
guys went
yeah.
over there. What are you doing?" It's
Kill the
like,
game.
come on, buddy. We know
Yeah,
what you're doing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, yeah, but at the same time, dude, it's like the only reason you can argue, I believe, that you argue with your friends because you
hmm
love your friends. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And even if I'm pissed off at you, I'll see you. I'll see you next Wednesday. You know what I mean?
exactly.
You might need
Yeah,
a break, but if it's like a
mhm,
random guy, you're like, "Hey, I don't like you," and then you'll never see him again. You know?
exactly. Yeah, fuck yourself.
Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking about. I was just thinking about because we haven't played the game in a couple days, and I was like, wow.
No, yeah, it's
Like
been
my
it's been a
mind has
while,
been
man. We
so
need to get back
quiet. I
on.
haven't heard anybody scream for help lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Help me!
we'll have to
He's
do
over
that.
here. Or,
Yeah.
or how about the worst? I know people can relate to this, right? When you're getting shot at, right? Or you're getting shot at, or you're getting ambushed, and then they're over here, and
Yeah.
that's it. They're over here. I know I've done that a couple of times,
Yeah. I mean, everybody does
Bradley
it.
has done that a lot. Everybody does it, but I think Bradley and um,
I
maybe
would
even
say that you and
Donald.
Donald are definitely the number ones. I
I
guess number
ping.
one and two. Nah, dude, you don't ping for shit.
I
You don't
ping
ping for
all
shit.
the dude. You
Yeah.
guys even complain about my ping, saying, "Oh,
I ping everything.
remove your pings."
I ping everything. I fucking
Yeah,
ping before I'm shooting, while I'm shooting, as I'm downed. If I'm dead, I'll fucking ping that map all day long, dude. I'm like, they're right here. They're right here. You know what I mean? To the point where everybody's like, I can't even see. There's just pings all over.
yeah.
You're definitely the guy that's like, yo, on me. And it's like, I don't know where the fuck you're at right now, dude. You know what I mean?
I got you, man. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times though. You know,
Yes.
there's been a lot of good moments where I
Yeah.
think that's why.
Gaming's where it's at, dude, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think. I mean, think about it. That's gaming. I think means a lot is to men, especially veterans, because it's one of the few things that you can do when you get out the military to where you can truly connect with your battle buddies after you left. Because think about it, in the military, people leave when they go back home. They're in Texas, they're across the country. Like you don't have access to them like that.
Yeah.
Gaming brings that level of connection again. Like you're there. Like hey, you want to go out to a bar? Like hey, you want to hang out and fucking play a game while we're drinking, talk
And
shit. You know what I mean?
you know what it is? It's the stress that you get when you're playing the game, and I
Yeah.
think that reminds us of the bond that we had when we're stressed out, like during
Mhm.
field
Oh
events,
yeah.
downrange,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we get that stress together, so it kind of brings back the excitement,
Mm.
and you're just like, yeah, this is my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, I totally agree that gaming it
Yeah.
brings out that anxiety and that,
Mhm.
and then you have your buddy there with you, so it's
Yeah.
almost like, well, we enjoy this together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I think we should probably cover this a little bit more in depth because it is the same topic, but it's different. You
yeah,
know, the whole dynamic of gaming, keeping in touch with your buddies from the service, even if you didn't serve, just keeping in touch with someone through gaming that you've lost touch with, that's living across the country, and then the dynamic of being in a relationship. You know what I mean? With your significant other that doesn't understand, like, why are you always gaming? Why are you
yeah,
staying up late? You know what I mean? I think
yep.
there's a balance that you need to bring to gaming, to where if you overdo it, I think I definitely need to bring balance to my relationship and how much I game.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
you game a lot, but
Yeah,
it's totally different when you're gaming for 10 hours a day because you're bored as fuck,
yeah,
and then it's like, well, now it's time to connect with my buddy. You know what I mean?
hmm,
Like
yeah,
now it's buddy time. So it's like it's not the same. You could game with me for 2 hours, and it
yeah,
it gives you that fulfillment for the 10 hours you game by yourself.
yeah,
So yeah, it's definitely it's a nice deload to have. Obviously, some people don't like to game, so they would do other things, but
hmm,
it's definitely something that kind of takes your mind off of everything in
yeah.
life. And
Oh, absolutely. It's escapism, basically. Like it
yeah,
brings a certain aspect to escapism, but not not to that far extent. I think it just keeps people connected, especially the boys. Um, but that's one thing. That's one of the things that I struggle with my wife. Like she never understands, like why you on the game. Like she thinks. I think she's understanding it a bit more now and accepting it more. But before it was always an issue.
yeah. I
Like,
mean, it could have something to do with gaming for 14 hours straight. You know.
yeah, no, I'm talking about, like, yeah, that you definitely need to control. But I'm talking about like gaming on, hey, Friday night, drinking with the boys, gaming, playing a game of battle royale or arc raiders,
Right, which is
from
usually our
like,
thing. Well,
then
if
exactly
it's the
from,
weekend, it's time to drink. It's kind of
yeah,
hang out
from
time, you know?
like 9 to like 2 o'clock in the morning or some
Right.
shit like that. You know what I mean? What is the difference between doing that and going out to a bar with the boys
Yeah,
and
I mean,
coming
I
back late?
I would
That,
think that in
it's
person
better.
going to a bar is more dangerous,
Yeah.
and you know,
Hmm.
you would think that someone would say, "Yeah, I'd rather you be gaming. You're at home. You're having a
Yeah.
good time. You're
I'd
safe." You know.
rather I'd rather have you home knowing that you're in the room next door, safe, and that you're gonna be home,
Yeah. Hey, take note,
or if
ladies
I
and
need
gentlemen.
you.
Take note.
Yeah. Instead of out there fucking getting drunk, getting hit
You
on
heard it
by
here,
other
Sergeant's Corner.
girls.
Staff Sergeant Mike Barreri retired. He told you
Yeah.
how it was.
But no, but I think Carly, my wife, named Carly, by the way, we have 4 kids together.
Yep.
But I think she's starting to understand and see that, but it took a long time to get here. And I think there's a lot of couples that struggle with that. One, the man balancing it, the husband or boyfriend balancing his gaming, and two, the wife understanding and meeting that significant other halfway. Like, okay, it's not just a game, it's more than just a game, you
Right.
know. But like I said, I don't want to take too much. I really want us to dive more
Yeah.
into this topic, another episode, and maybe bring some other people, like maybe one of our wives as guests or both our wives, so they could like, get their side, and
Yeah.
but I think that would be a good topic for another time, because it's a topic that hits home for a lot of couples, I think.
Right. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an experience with this friendship under fire, tag your buddy below. Mike, it is segment 4. It is your time to shine, brother. Do you have a topic you'd like to talk about other than what
Yeah.
we just did?
No, so actually, this is one of the things that I was actually thinking about today, right? Like, well, me and the wife talked about it, this past week, because she was like, "Hey, why don't you take the kids fishing anymore?" You know,
Okay.
and I need to ask you something. I don't want to take my kids fishing. Now, hear me out. I'm going to explain to you why,
Yeah, yeah, you have
and
a moment. Go ahead.
I need you to tell me if I'm an asshole for this, or if you understand, right?
Dude, I'm
So,
half tempted to take you to the smoke pit. I feel like now's the time to like take you to the smoke
all
pit. Like
right.
it's a
So,
genuine funny. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you talk.
yeah. So here's the thing, right? I think there's certain hobbies where you need that. Aside from gaming, you're chilling with the boys. It's just you and them or whatever, right? But there's other hobbies where it's just you time, where you need just whether it be golfing, going out fishing, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just stress. It's just you and your thoughts, or sometimes just blank. You're just casting a rod. You know what I mean? I've taken my kids fishing, and I've taken them once in a while, that's great. That's fine, right? But to me, that's something sacred. Why would how stressful? I don't know if you took your kids fishing before, but how
Oh yeah,
stressful
2 weeks
is
ago
it?
actually.
Yeah, you don't fish. I'm literally sitting there,
Yeah.
you know, literally sitting there making hooking a bait up for one. Another one got a bird's nest on his reel. The other one got it caught in something else, and I'm constantly just playing this. I'm not enjoying the fishing.
Right.
I'm just
So I will say that you're just a terrible father. Um, you know,
thanks.
but I will be in agreement with you on.
Yeah,
So you forgot the main part, right? Not only do you have to do everything, and you
yeah.
basically don't get any time to fish.
Hmm.
Like I took my wife and kids about 2 weeks ago, and not only are you doing nothing, you got to unload the whole fucking
Oh,
car. You got to take
yes,
everything out. You know,
yeah.
everybody wants a drink and a snacky before you even
Hmm.
start. The
Yes,
lines are
yes,
all tangled up now because they rode in the vehicle, and it's like
yeah.
by the time I get a second to cast, somebody's like, "Oh, I got to go potty
Yep.
now."
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know exactly what you mean. I just did it. I think I
Hmm.
casted twice, and then I had to switch my wife's rod out. The kids didn't want to fish
Hmm.
anymore, so they
Hmm.
played around. And then at the end of it, everybody's like, "Oh, it's hot. I'd like to leave now." And I'm like, "Well, I just started." You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
haven't even getting a
Now,
bite yet.
a lot of fathers might not relate to us. You know why? Because they don't have as many kids as we do. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
I
if
mean,
our
we both
viewers
have four
know.
children, which is
Yeah, four
fucking
kids,
terrible. You know?
which is, and they're very close in age.
Yeah, we love them all though.
So they're,
All of them.
yeah, yes, all yeah.
Yeah.
But they like, they're close in age, so they argue a lot more, they fight a lot more, and basically going out with my whole family is a struggle. And to
Yeah.
anywhere, to their aunt's house,
Oh,
going to the
dinner, movies,
museum,
anything you
it,
go
it
with the
is the
family, it's
most
always
stressful.
stressful. Yeah.
Yes. And as horrible as it sounds, I dread it sometimes because the
Yeah.
amount of anxiety and stress, because you're trying to make the movie times, you're trying to get there before a certain time to the museum, or you know what I mean. And it's the kids don't make it easier, and then what, add insult to injury at the end. Oh, that was horrible. Why did you guys make us come? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ungrateful.
Especially if
Like,
it's like bad weather or something. But I'll tell
yeah.
you what, dude, like every time I'll
Hmm.
have like, if my time ends up being miserable, I the next weekend, whatever, when I look back on, I'm like, I'm so glad that we make the time to go do this stuff with our family. Like during
Yeah.
the moment, it's
Those are
fucking
building
terrible.
memories. Hmm.
Building up to it, like, oh, next weekend we're gonna go do this. It's probably gonna be fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the aftermath of it, I always ends with a good memory, and I'm just like, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm glad that I made that time for my kids and my wife, and
Yeah.
we all got to go
That
out
is
together.
an excellent point, Brandon. Because think about
Yeah,
it, right? Like you go through every time that we took our families out, we probably went through hell. But
yeah.
you don't remember the bad stuff. You're
No,
always,
I just remember the fact that we
yeah,
did something
like, oh
together.
shit, remember when David did this when we took him to the, like, you're building those good memories. And going back to that fishing thing, right? Like I did talk to my wife, and we came up with a good compromise. So, because I want to bond with my children, I want to show them how to cast a rod, which I have, but you need to keep doing that so you can build that love and build those memories with them. Be like, yeah, my dad used to take me fishing. And one of the things that we need to do, I think it's a bad idea taking them all out at the same time. That's the issue. You need that one-on-one to connect with your kids, and connecting with your kids with hobbies like going out golfing, or those solo hobbies is possible, but you need to do a one-on-one instead of a group effort,
Yeah.
because it loses its meaning, and it becomes more meaningful to the kids because, oh, my dad took me out fishing, just me and him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that I need to do. And now I see it differently. It's not, oh man, I don't want to take all the kids fishing. I'm actually looking forward to taking one of my kids fishing next week, and another one the day after that, and the third one after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I'm like, oh man, that's gonna give me time. You have that one-on-one, and you could both enjoy together.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
as you're like
so
untangling a reel, we'll just
mhm,
say for fishing specifically,
yeah, Yeah.
you can kind of show if you're one-on-one, you can be like, hey, let me show you how to do this. And then maybe
Exactly.
you'll teach them. So the next time when everybody's out together, everyone individually will know. You still have to help, I'm sure, but at least they'll have the concept of, oh, I know I need to do this, and it's not just a big jungle fuck around and you're not getting to do anything.
You're letting that one kid know that they're all that matters right there. It's not their brother. They're not fighting for your attention, and I think it builds that good bond individually with for parents that have more than one kid. You need that, I think, and I think that's what I'm lacking. That's what I'm glad I'm realizing this now. My kids are a little bit older now, but it's still not too late. So I'm really realizing that I need to start doing the one-on-ones more.
Yeah.
Yep. And anyway, that's what I wanted to. That's the topic I wanted to bring up. I figured some people might relate, and some people can take and learn from what I learned basically from.
Absolutely. And we appreciate your input, Mike. It was very good. Good topic. That being said, we're out of time for tonight. So everybody, you already know, like, comment, share, follow. As always, 22 seconds your way.
Peace and love, baby.